What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Before we get into the video, I just want to share a new ebook that I created for you guys, 3 career tips for remote data analysts. If you guys go to my Buy Me a Coffee, you guys will be able to see it on my homepage. And this is the ebook right here. I'm really excited about this because I wanted to provide more value for those who are working remotely in 2025. But I figured, you know what? Let me make it specific for data analysts who are just trying to navigate the career, trying to find the right role for them, trying to learn how to use AI. Those are the different subtopics that I talk about in this ebook, and I will be creating more. So if you guys want to support me, make sure you guys go to my Buy Me a Coffee. It's totally free. But if you want, you can choose your own price as well. So any kind of support, I appreciate, guys. Thank you so much for everyone who's copped the first ebook. That one's still available as well, breaking into remote work. I actually updated it for 2025. So hopefully you guys will check that out and it will provide value for you. Let's get right into the video, guys. So, firstly, Workday, right, is a human capital management company. I've used Workday in every kind of job that I've had, where basically you can see your team structure or your salary, or you can access your benefits, or even doing the annual bonus stuff like that. So I've used Workday at every job that I've had pretty much. So Workday is a big company. And same thing with Salesforce. It's a CRM, which is a customer relationship management company. So it's a little bit different from Workday because they don't really provide HR solutions like Workday. But both are cloud based enterprise software companies. And again, these companies are huge. So when they do things like this, because they're like the FANG companies in their own realms, right? In the CR realm and in the human capital management realm, these are the top companies. So whatever they do is going to trickle down to other companies. So it's important to highlight what's going on with these companies, like I did with Meta, and just to not to necessarily shit on the company, but just to have you guys be aware of what's going on. Because even though a lot of jobs are being displaced, there's going to be a lot of job creation. But my concern is when there's a lot of jobs being displaced, how are those employees able to transition to the new roles? Are they even allowed to, or are they being replaced? See, that's the reality there, right? Because it's mainly AI driven. So when it's AI driven and you're not taught those skills, now you're being displaced and someone else is taking your spot. So it's not really the reality of, okay, it's creating jobs for people getting laid off, it's creating jobs for others. So that's why we have to stay ahead of the AI trends. But let's get right into it, guys. I'm going to share my screen now. And yeah, these the new wave now is the AI agents. So I need to make a separate video talking about AI and what it is, and then AI agents, because it's a whole nother level. But we're mainly just going to focus on the breakdown of what's going on with these companies right now. So with Salesforce, right, they're laying off 1,000 people. So getting rid of 1,000 jobs. And they've done this before. So as you can see here, making its third round of layoffs in 2 years. This follows the elimination of 7,000 roles in early 2023, 10% of its workforce. That's crazy. And 700 more in early 2024. So Salesforce been doing this, you know? And again, the reason for the layoff is the prioritization of AI driven initiatives. And I'm going to get a little more into this, but these companies feel the pressure to, use AI solutions in their business model. So you're going to hear reprioritization, you're going to hear restructuring. Those are scary words for an employee. So with Workday, they're laying off 1,750 employees, which is about 8.5% of their global workforce. Global. So that means all over the world. That's insane, guys. So I want to go into one of these articles. And again, I'm using Perplexity, so it's summarizing all the articles and everything for me. So if we go into one of these articles, there's something I want to highlight here. Workday CEO Carl Eschenbach says the layoffs are necessary to prioritize investments such as artificial intelligence while also freeing up resources to expand the company's presence in different countries. The layoffs come at a time when the human capital management industry has grappled with slower spending by enterprise clients as high interest rates have pressured tech budgets. Workday expects to incur around 230 million to 270 million in charges connected to the cost reduction plan of which around 60 million to 70 million is expected to be recognized in the fourth quarter. So again, this is all business. When you're talking about these big companies, they're going to do what's the best interest of their company. So we can't take it personal. We just have to advocate for ourselves by being aware of what these companies are doing, seeing if our skills align, if we want to upskill and work for these companies, and going somewhere else if that's not the case, treating ourselves like we're our own business, which technically we kind of are, you know. So with Salesforce, it's a similar story as well. Salesforce is not saying it's a low performer purge, apparently. Rather, a restructure, and they are letting the impacted apply for open roles. So, what I do like about Salesforce is they're doing what I was saying earlier, where they're actually looking out for the people being laid off. Because again, it's not their fault that they're not using AI. For someone like me, I'm someone who will learn AI or who will keep up with the trends because I don't need anyone to tell me, right? I have social media. I'm a little bit younger. So I already know these things because I've seen layoffs happen. It's crazy. But for others who aren't as aware, it's not really fair to them. So I'm really happy that Salesforce is at least trying to get these guys to upskill and kind of catch up with their skills. But not all companies do that. You know what I'm saying? And real quick, I want to introduce you guys to a website that I think is important for you guys to keep track of these companies. So it's called layoffs.fyi. And as you can see, you have Salesforce right here in the cut. Okay. And you can see the 1,000 workers getting laid off right here. And you got links to the websites. And we can also find Workday on this list as well. So we could see in the Bay Area, 525 layoffs are about to happen, and it gives you the percentage and the date. So make sure you guys check out this website. It provides really good insights on what's going on throughout the year, when you're tracking these companies. Before we go into the stock performance, I actually want to dive into what AI agents are quickly. So these AI agents are advanced software tools powered by machine learning and natural language processing chips or whatever it's called. So it's a step up from AI. I haven't made too much AI content, but just know that these AI agents can pretty much work autonomously, which means they don't really need your help. They're already pre-trained and they can kind of do more than just certain tasks that you would ask an AI chatbot to do. And they actually have different agents, so we're living in a day and age where literally literal human workers are being replaced by AI agents. We got recruiter agents, expense agents, succession agents, optimization agents. So it is a crazy world to live in. I'm not going to lie, it's a little depressing to talk about, but I think we have to learn to navigate this new space. It just sucks that we're being kind of forced to learn these things so quickly, but it's exciting too. And it's something I probably should have learned because I actually wanted to learn machine learning before and I didn't really take the time to learn it, but now I'm working on a team that actually utilizes it in insurance. So it's good for me, I guess, but for people that are in sales, man, it's scary. It's really scary. But we can go into the stock performance. Actually, I have it here. So if we look at the stock performance, both companies have been doing pretty decent for quite a while. I would say, looking at the stock performance of a company is very important. But it's funny because for me, I'm not planning on applying for these companies, but I'm definitely planning on investing because I want to get on the AI wave one way or another. So looking at the stock performance is always good because it gives you an idea of how the company's doing. So I highly encourage you guys to do that. Uh, I would say that both companies right now are on a little bit of a downtrend if you look in the last like month, but overall doing pretty good. Now that I've kind of covered this quickly, I wanted to highlight a Salesforce position right here. So this one's called a principal solution engineer under their sales department. So I made sure to look under the sales department specifically. I know I'm more focused on remote work, but the point I'm trying to make here, if you look right here, guys, Salesforce and other certifications related to artificial intelligence, specifically generative AI and LLM concepts. And real quick, LLM concepts have to do with just regular AI chatbots like ChatGPT, but the AI agents are a little more advanced, as you can see. It's a little bit different. But as you can see here in this sales position, you got to have some experience with AI and LLMs, right? And the good thing is, Salesforce does provide certifications. So that's great. I would have to look more into that. But just be aware when you're reading these job descriptions what they're looking out for. What I like to do is actually use AI to consolidate a bunch of job descriptions and use that as a baseline so that I have a good idea of what's the most important skills that these companies are looking for. So if you're a salesperson, you have to dive deep into selling AI. I mean, it's crazy. Even though the AI is technically replacing the work that you used to do. So in some senses, it doesn't make sense, right? But that's really important. Make sure you guys are utilizing AI to get ahead of AI. Sad. But yeah, that's it for this video, guys. I just want you to be aware of what's going on out here in the world. I'm going to be covering a lot more content like this with layoffs, return to office, remote work, and travel content. So make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. And make sure you guys go check out my new ebook and support me on my Buy Me a Coffee page. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.